Let's talk about the eagles for a minute, because the mother eagle, after sitting on eggs, protecting it with her life until they hatch, and going out and swimming and attacking prey and bringing back food until they grow, then turns around, the same beak that fed them and the same body that warms them, takes them out to cliffs and throws them over the edge. It is not that she has turned against her children, but she knows that they will never find their wings in safety. The eaglet learns to fly by confronting its scary place.
Expand yourself. Take yourself out your comfort zone. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. Success is not a comfortable procedure. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful. You got to get real doggish. You got to get downright funky if you want to make it. All of you have extraordinary capabilities. You have to decide if you are willing to do the things to put you in that category. Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life. You cannot be sleep 8 hours a day. You can't live in LA and wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 11 o'clock on the East Coast. The stock market been open 2 hours. They already making decisions about your life, and your ass will sleep. The Bible says, he who loves to sleep and the folding of hands, poverty will set upon you like a thief in the night. I'm gonna ask you one question, I'm gonna go. How many of you in here know somebody who loves to sleep? Let me ask you something. Ain't they poor?
A guy came up to me today and said, man, look, I just want to be comfortable. I don't need all the stuff you need, Grant. I don't need all the money. I don't need the boat. I don't need the big place in the sky. Dude, I just want to be comfortable. And I looked at him and said, come on, man. Come on. You know that's not true. Was there a time in your life when you didn't need to be comfortable? Where you weren't seeking comfort? Where you were seeking greater heights? Look, I just want to be comfortable is one of those dumb things that's holding back hundreds of millions of people called the middle class. Hey, just be comfortable. You know what that got you? A job that doesn't pay enough, not enough money to retire on, just comfortable.
Some people never will have much. They're too cautious. This is called the timid approach to life. I used to say, what if this happens? It's called the language of the poor. Then I'll tell you what changed my whole life when I finally discovered it's all risky. Getting married is risky. Having children is risky. Investing your money is risky. It's all risky. If you think trying is risky, wait till they hand you the bill for not trying. I'll tell you how risky life is. You're not going to get out alive. The Englishman says, well, if that's the way it's going to work out, let's give it a go. Right, that's what it's for. Give it a go. Somebody says, yeah, but I'm looking for safety and security. Fine, then huddle in a corner. And we'll protect you, feed you, care for you. We won't let anything happen to you. And you'll probably live to be 100. But what a way to live. What a way to live safe and secure. Don't ask for security. Ask for adventure. And see, it's not important how long you live. What's important is how you live.
The people that are really successful, they're not looking for comfort. They're looking for excitement. They're looking for potential. Give up this old idea, I just want to be comfortable. Quit lying to yourself. You know you seek more than comfort.
You are different. You are uncommon. You have an uncommon desire to control your own future. One great American said, I choose not to be a common man. It's my right to be uncommon if I can. I seek opportunity, not security. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and dulled by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk, to dream and to build, to fail and to succeed. I refuse to live from hand to mouth. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence. The thrill of fulfillment to the still calm of utopia. I will never cower before any master nor bend to any threat. It's my heritage to stand erect, proud and unafraid, to face the world boldly and say, This I have done, an uncommon desire to control your destiny. Give yourselves a round of applause.
I was an executive with a nice salary. Everything was on track. And on Monday, the president of the company wanted to have a quick meeting with me, which wasn't unusual since he was my boss. But the meeting turned out to be even more brief than expected. He fired me. And while I could go on in vivid detail about how I felt, what I did to my self-esteem, my finances, and so on, what I now realize is while that event created the greatest amount of discomfort I had ever felt, the departure from my ordered life, that forever changed it for the better. You see, friends, what makes you comfortable can ruin you. And only in a state of discomfort can you continually grow. Pretty quickly, I became motivated to start a new journey. And after a couple of years of work with my new team, we had this epiphany on how to illustrate and apply the science of discomfort and growth. We called the concept the growth rings. You see, what dictates the size of a goldfish is its environment. The environments in which you work, live, and play. They're all a proverbial fishbowl that dictates your growth. So the first growth ring represents a low-performing, low-growth environment called stagnation. To imagine an environment such as this, think no further than our state and federal governments. Now, the antithesis of stagnation is chaos, also low growth and low performing. We see chaos occur at times in business mergers, natural disasters. Chaos is having zero predictability or control over inputs and outcomes. Next to stagnation is the most desirable environment, order. Order is knowing that what you do or what is happening in your environment leads to a predictable outcome. But comfort is also what makes order so dangerous. That anytime you continually do something or even think about something the same way, you'll eventually stop growing. So before your order continues to limit the way you think and act, remember what I said earlier. Growth only occurs in a state of discomfort. When you feel discomfort hit, that means you've entered the complexity ring. Complexity is nothing more than changed order. But when your order is changed, outcomes are no longer predictable, and it's unpredictability that makes you uncomfortable. And I know seeking discomfort sounds odd, and not many people do it, but you have to learn to embrace it because it's the only environment where sustained or exponential growth can occur. To weave high growth complexity, there are three primary ways it can be triggered. Complexity trigger number one is it can be forced upon you. And when this happens, how much you grow depends on how you respond to it. Complexity trigger number two, someone can help you get there. This is the role of parents, teachers, and bosses, because left on their own, people will consciously select the comfort of order. And they then need to be pushed into complexity in order to continue growing. But what if you're not lucky enough to live or work in a robust, high-growth environment? Well, the great news is everyone can trigger complexity at any time. So complexity trigger number three, trigger it yourself. Dr. Serene Jones summarizes this concept very eloquently. She said, the constant facade of order hides the wilderness that is craving to seep out and teach us that life wasn't created to be what we think it is. Beyond words, we must experience the wilderness to be taught what cannot be otherwise known. So friends, it's not the discomfort of losing a job, but it's order you should fear the most, because it is a threat. It's not the complexity triggering individuals or events you should fear the most, but it's your own willingness to accept or seek discomfort that will dictate the growth of not just you, but our entire world.